Twitter. Tweet your way to marketing success. People like their news, but people like it even better when they get their news fast, even when they're on the go and have a little time to spend poring over the minor details. This is where Twitter comes in. This microblogging service is a cross between traditional social networks like Facebook and SMS messages. People build their social networks on Twitter, where they can keep tabs on each other's activities. The catch here is that all messages are limited to 140 characters, more or less the length of a standard SMS message. You would be surprised at how effective this apparent limitation is in making Twitter so popular. At least 105 million registered users as of April 2010, with 55 million tweets being sent on a daily basis, it is easy to see just how many people actively use this microblogging service. Why Twitter? If Facebook is chock full of features for maximizing user experience, then Twitter is all about streamlining information, providing bite-sized tweets that are easy to digest in a quick and convenient manner is the main objective with Twitter, which is something that you must remember if you want to make a successful Twitter marketing campaign. While the ability to discuss stuff is not as powerful as in Facebook, there is still the need to maintain a sense of community on Twitter. Every tweet you publish and every response you write must come across as genuinely human. Connecting and communicating with other people is, after all, one of the main draws of Twitter. Too many marketers on Twitter forget this, as they use it for mindless self-promotion. This is something many users frown upon, especially when they start to feel like they're being bombarded with spam instead of news. This is why the big picture with Twitter is to keep people aware and informed of the relevant events in your business on a real-time basis. This has to be done while directing your tweets and responses to establish and maintain a sense of community. This will allow you to keep people aware of you and your services while you keep them engaged in conversation and feedback. Marketing with Twitter. The functions of Twitter are pretty limited. Tweeting, retweeting, messaging, and commenting are all you have to work with, so all you need to do is focus your efforts around these 4 primary functions of Twitter. Plan out your tweets. Good content is always the first and foremost consideration when using any social medium, and Twitter is no exception. Product announcements, coupons, contests, viral videos, market updates, and anything else that is newsworthy should always be tweeted as soon as possible. Everything else comes after you provide this content. This is exactly why you have to make a long-term plan on how to provide this content. Sure, you may have an announcement to make once in a while, but only those who know what to tweet, when to tweet, and how to tweet will find Twitter to be a profitable marketing venture. Running out of steam is one way for people to stop paying attention to your Twitter feeds or to remove you from their lists for good. Make your profile worth viewing. A good profile picture and the ability to edit the background of your Twitter profile is well and good, but this is not the only way to get people interested in your profile. Aesthetics aside, it is important that you give your own company some history to present on Twitter. A good story about the founding of your company or a quick run-through of its objectives always makes for an engaging read. This is especially important to do considering that visitors to your Twitter profile will want to snoop around your page before they even consider liking you or not. If all they see is a blank page, then they will think your profile is just another empty marketing profile that offers them nothing but sales advertisements. Use proper spelling and grammar. You are representing a business, not an individual person, so it is always better to use proper spelling and grammar, even if there is a 140-character limit on Twitter. You also need to learn how to type tweets in a short but concise manner. If you absolutely need more than 140 characters to properly express yourself, then the best course of action is to link to an external site. By the way, links do eat up a lot of characters, so it would be best to use link shorteners like tinyurl.com or bit.ly. These free online services are great tools to help shorten those character-consuming links, making them feasible for tweeting. Participate in the discussion. If anybody replies to any of your announcements, then by all means respond. People will be more likely to open up discussions and visit your Twitter feed if they see that someone is actually talking to them. Keeping the discussions alive, and you will slowly but surely gain the trust of your followers. But what if nobody is making a comment on your tweets and there's no actual discussion to participate in? This is often a problem with new Twitter profiles, as they are still in the process of getting new followers. No discussion will spring up if nobody's following your profile. So you have to get more people to follow your Twitter profile if that's your problem. More time and more content will get people your way, so just keep working on your Twitter profile. If you do have a decent number of followers but can't seem to get anyone to say anything, then you can start things off by opening the discussion yourself. Ask a question. This simple act is often enough to get people involved in your Twitter profile, especially if the question is one of opinion. Those kinds of questions usually get a lot of discussions going. Tweet regularly. Few people will follow a feed with updates that are few and far between. Fewer people will maintain such a feed on their follow list. Even fewer people will bother to read what you tweet when you decide to update your profile. This is exactly why you should make it a habit to tweet something relevant at least thrice a day. Doing so will provide your followers with their much-needed fixes of news and information, letting them know that you are still around for business. This is also why it is important that you make a long-term plan for your Twitter profile. You will eventually run out of things to say unless you prepare beforehand. It would also be better if you tweet at certain times of the day. This will let your followers know when to check your feed at regular times of the day. You can also randomize the time you tweet, as this encourages people to check on your feed more often. Twitter isn't just a place for you to market your products, it's also a goldmine of relevant news and information for you to work with. Following relevant feeds is especially useful since you can simply share or retweet what other people have to say. Raid the clients of competitors. Not only can you check your competitors' Twitter feeds to keep tabs on what they are up to, but you will also be able to raid them for customers as well. This is especially applicable when there are a lot of discontent people storming your competitors' Twitter feeds. These kinds of people are ripe for the picking, since they are likely to at least inspect your Twitter feed and compare your products and services to those of your competitor. The message functions of Twitter are a bit of a nuisance, though. The only way you can send a private message to someone is to have them follow you. The only way you can do this via Twitter is to follow them first. This is why your profile picture and name is important. They will be the first things people see when they spot your profile. You can then begin communicating with each other once a person follows you. Preempt negative feedback. Consumers hate it when unexpected problems arise, which is why it is better to warn your customers than to keep silent about an issue. Doing so will not completely prevent people from airing out their concerns and frustrations, but their reactions will not be as extreme. Tell them about a problem even before they know there's a problem, and the fallout will be less likely to spiral out of control. Once those negative comments come out, then do your best to reassure your customers that everything is getting ironed out in good time. You can even offer a few acts of good faith, like handing out freebies or offering free replacements. This will definitely help smooth things out when an unexpected problem arises. Link Twitter to other social media. Twitter is rapidly becoming a ubiquitous tool for people to communicate with each other, which is why other social media like Facebook gives you the option to link your Twitter profile to their profiles. This is definitely a good addition to your Facebook profile, as it meshes two similarly but fundamentally different social medium platforms together. This maximizes the visibility of your Twitter feed and Facebook page, since your followers need visit only one site to get information and updates from two sources.